Hi guys, Susanna Easdale here. I thought I'd show you something a little bit different today. This was before I did art journaling. Not art journaling, making journals and all that kind of stuff. I used to do a lot of drawing and art and all that kind of stuff. And I recently watched a video from Johanna Clough on her channel, and she did a flip through of an art journal, and I thought, well, I've got this one that I've almost finished. I made it out of an old book about animals on the river, and I incorporated some of the pages from the book, and this is from Jane Davenport, and then this is a girl that I drew myself with on a doily. So yeah, I thought I'd just give you a quick flip through and have a look at some of my mixed media art journals, because I want to make an art journal myself and get a book and make my own pages. I just made a journal out of an old, incorporated the pages from the book, and it's gotten pretty bulky. So now, this is before I knew and watched any videos on how to do your own journals. So but it's still got some really lovely artworks and everything in there, and I thought I'd give you a bit of a flip through. This was a book that I had from when I was a teenager, 85, there you go. Even got my maiden name on there. So, and then I just did the contents of what was involved. Some of the pages tends to stick together. This I incorporated, this was part of the book, so I just incorporated, and I drew she sort of looked a bit like a snow queen, it just lent itself out to that. And so it was a destiny, magic moments, dreams journey. So I thought I really loved that layout, and I was very big into drawing because of Jane Davenport and Tamara Laporte. Big into doing faces back then. So there's another Jane Davenport, which I incorporated the page. I just think the hedgehog is cute. Yeah, so I sort of did a bit of mixed media. Another doily. Oh yeah, the Princess and the Frog and their friend the hedgehog, because I had to incorporate the hedgehog in there. I hope it's in frame. This one I learnt from another mixed media artist, that you did all different colours on the back of the paint, you just painted really random colours, and then you painted around it to make little flowers. So it was sort of like reverse painting. I quite like how that turned out. So it wasn't that long ago, it's 2017, but I put this in between because it gets rather sticky. And this had it was a bear, and there was baby bears looking at it, so I made it into Goldilocks the Three Bears, put a little jacket on the papa bear, and then drew a little Goldilocks and a house. So we sort of incorporated because I really quite like the pictures that are in there. So some of them have incorporated pictures from the book, and others I've just painted over, like this one. That's from Jane Davenport mixed media paper. And then this one I drew myself. I think I stuck it in. Okay. And then this one, I saw this picture on Pinterest, and I thought it was adorable, so I drew that one. And that this had frogs and all that kind of stuff on there, so where I incorporated the frogs and snails and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. That's the original picture, and same with that. And then drew the little boy with the puppy. So cute. Looks so sad. Okay. I think that's in acrylic paint and pencils. That's acrylic paint. This was originally a picture of a dragonfly, and all these were little dragonflies, so I made them into fairies. And this was a picture from Jane Davenport, which I drew into the Queen of the Fairies. You can still see this was, I did, what is it? That modelling paste stuff. So, and I just tried it through stencils. Thought that was rather nice. Oh, I've got a little ant around here somewhere. This one, I love this one. This was from another YouTube artist that I got this idea from. I just drew all the leaves and stuff, and then made from papers, just to sort of did all type of doodling, and then it sort of, you know, spot the little insects all the way around. I thought it was rather cute. But just cut out paper with doodling. This was a picture of a pike, which I kept the tail and then drew over the top of it and turned it into a mermaid, and incorporated this page in it as well. You can tell I was into Jane Davenport because she is very big into mermaids. Now this is a self-portrait of me before I'd lost all my weight. And so I've reserved this page to do a picture of me now. I was quite big, and so this is quite a personal page for me. So this was actually a Facebook profile picture for a little while. Yeah, so I look quite a bit different. So, but I thought I wanted to do a portrait of myself before I had actually had sleeve surgery done, and I've lost about 45 kilos. So I feel a lot better. But yeah, so I still need to do it on that side, so I've reserved a spot for myself. Yeah, this was a picture of that I had on, it was a scrapbook paper, and I've done all this stuff with brushos. It just looks so beautiful. And then look at these gorgeous dolls. So it's very collagey. Great having an art journal. You can just, you know, you can't, there's only so many pictures you can hang on a wall. So when you have an art journal, you still have it, but you know, you can just look at it every now and again and express what you want to express, and you don't have to hang it on the wall. So that is a stencil, I think, and then I just went over it, and that's from Jane Davenport. I think it might be the papers. Oh, what are those napkin-y papers? That's another stencil where I did the doodling over the top of it again. Doing what you like is freedom, liking what you do is happiness. So I thought I'd do an arty. I think this might be a page from Daphne's diary. And then I just had some stamps and put a little arty type of stuff there. That was done on tissue paper, and then I just do flowers, Jane Davenport tissue collage paper. I think that was a stamp which I coloured in, and then used tissue paper on the background. So cute. I think this might be Daphne's diary. Some of the stuff I've done the background for, but I haven't done the whole lot. So yeah, so I haven't finished it because it was just getting so full. So cute. I think I saw this in Daphne's diary. And sometimes Daphne's diary just has nice sayings which I just put in there. This was inspired by James Burke. Did a few of these ladies. Another one. The paper's so nice. That's the background. Most of these backgrounds are from Daphne's diary. Very Jane inspired lady. Her. And then it's got real sort of tactile feel. It's a doily, and then I drew a rose in there. This is part of the book. This is my bucket list. The best way to get things done is simply begin. So I think this was all from Daphne's diary. See, I haven't even put it in there. Might have to fill that in one of these days. This was tissue paper. I put that in between because it was sticking together, and then just did it with it might have been done with finger painting with acrylic paint, which is just tissue and brushes. They're so beautiful brushes. They're really bright. Where are we? That was a picture. I really like the picture in the background, and then I did sort of like an African style lady. This was from Jane Davenport napkin, which I coloured in. Very, very pouty. Oop, where are we? Jumping the gun. I really like this picture, so I kept it and I did it. This was from Jane Davenport papers, I think. So I just put her on and sort of traced around it a little bit, gave it a bit more definition. This was inspired by Tamara Laporte, but yeah, I really loved how she turned out. Must have been a spring one. This was in Daphne's diary. It was actually a picture of a doll, which I painted over the face, and then I drew the face in differently. But I really loved the way it put, and then I sort of traced around it, you know, sort of make it a bit more paintery. But so the face I did from here, and then sort of made it look like I did the whole lot. This was once again brushes. It's got a real soft. There was the original page of the fish, and then I'd done a mermaid on a bit of watercolour paper, and so I stuck it in there, and then got a saying from the Little Mermaid, "Darling, it's better down where it's wetter under the sea." And there's another one of these pictures where it was a doll and I'd done the face. I think this is just the background. And here's one of my girls that I have actually got this picture for sale on my Etsy store. I scanned it off. I just love the hair, and it's sort of embroidery and all that, so I worked with the colours of the background, and did a moon, and really love how that turned out. This is just getting the backgrounds ready. Another James Burke inspired artwork, Alice in Wonderland. This is from a stamp, and that's the original background. I think this might have been a Jane Davenport inspired one. I mean, I did paint it myself, and same with this one. I reckon I love the colouring, but these are actually from a stencil that you trace around and then you go in there. But yeah, I just don't like how the stencil. Don't really like her. The colour's nice, but I don't know how she turned out. I hadn't finished this one. This was a little boy looking at some stuff, and so I thought, it looks like it will turn it into a fairy, but I haven't finished. So this is my starting process. Another artwork I did, same here. So I've got quite a few of those girls in there, and this is another one. I went to town one day. I've actually kept this one because I've got a watercolour that I painted this in. It's hanging on my wall somewhere, and then more background stuff, which to get me started, and that's it. I think might be maybe one more down the back. See, this is the original hearts, and these are the inspiration that I was going to do, maybe draw unicorns out of these, and that was a swan with its wings open, so I turned it into an angel, and that was from Jane Davenport's book Beautiful Faces, How to Draw Beautiful Faces, and I've done that in pastel pencil and acrylic paint. And I think that's it. It's Stephanie's diary. There you go. That's my book, and I thought I would share it. This is doing journals, so I thought I got inspired by Johanna's one, so and I thought I'm going to make myself an actual one and do some more stuff myself and make it so it doesn't get so thick and bulky, and put watercolor paper and everything in there, and maybe start doing some art journaling again. That would be really good. That's why I got into the art collage seasonal thing, because I miss doing this sort of stuff. So, well, thank you for watching, getting a little bit of a look into my world, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, until the next video. Bye!